Hello there folks, and welcome back to Let's Play for Majora's Mask, where we have finally reached the Stone Tower Temple, the last of the 4 temples of this game, and also one of the most irritating to get to. Not only do you have to solve a spatial puzzle in order to get up here, you now have to solve a sequential puzzle in order to actually enter the temple itself. See, the big irony is, this particular temple, I think it's only got like 4 rooms total. It's incredibly short, really. But the little mechanic they employ makes it somehow take longer than even double the time it should take. It's hard to describe. It's very easy to lose track of how much time you're spending inside this particular temple. Keep note of that red switch we just saw, by the way. That will become very important later on. Very important indeed. Bum 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 bum. If nothing else, is giving me plenty of chance to practice the Elegy of Emptiness. Almost forgot the word for a second there. Well, I think, what did everyone make of the the little gag thing I put in at the end of the last video? It's well, not so subtly inspired by the Haunted Cartridge ghost story. Some of you know what I'm talking about, some won't. If you don't, look up N64 Haunted Cartridge Ben. That's B-E-N. And so, admittedly, the story's not quite as good, viewing it sort of in the past tense, as you'll have to do. It was much more interesting when it was all going on at once. It was just a gigantic story woven in to some random dude's blog. But yeah, it's still pretty cool back reading it. Imagine it must have been really fucking terrifying to have been experiencing it the first time round. Sorry if I sound really tired and everything, by the way. But those of you who've watched the Final Fantasy IX sets may or may not know, I can't remember if I actually mentioned it, but it took me about 3 hours to record that 50 or so minutes of footage, because PCSX kept crashing on me, which didn't help. And when that wasn't crashing, and the game wasn't randomly booting me back to the BIOS screen because it decided it didn't like my copyright or some such. Yeah, when that wasn't happening, ScreenFlow was very helpfully crashing and refusing to let me access any of the, hour or so of footage I just recorded. Fucking stay still, you stupid little... Fuck. Stay still. Little prick. Ah, there you go. Got him. Nice one. So yeah, it actually took me 3 hours to record that stuff, which is about as ridiculous as it sounds. Right, this, unless I'm totally misremembering, this should be Stray Fairy numero 1. And there it is. Nice one. Now, this particular temple, because of, again, the mechanic it uses that I'm not going to spoil just yet, means that there are certain fairies. Speaking of, there was supposed to be a stray fairy there. Instead I just got twatted in the face by an enemy that shouldn't have been able to get down here. Delightful. Let's kill him first, shall we? Come here, you little prick. Teach you a bloody lesson. But anyway, yes, because of the mechanic it employs, what should be a relatively straightforward set of gathering becomes very complex, as you'll have to activate and deactivate this mechanic several times in order to collect all of the fairies. Now, as we progress, I'll try and show you where all the switches and such are in advance to minimise the amount of times you have to switch back and forth. So, like I'm doing here, if you haven't done already, play the Song of Inverted Time. Seriously, this temple, as I've already said, it distorts your sense of time horrendously, and will leave you utterly confused as to what's going on, really. Before you know it, dawn of the 3rd day will be coming along and I can't get through here, can I? That was a waste of time. There's something scuttering. Bombed you just beyond there, presumably. Yeah, you'll have a way of getting rid of those blocks much more easily by the time this temple's finished. Right, so I must go this way then, presumably. See, the big irony is I'm darting along here with the bunny hood. It's probably still going to take me like an hour or so to complete this temple, even with that. Right, do this. Did that actually count as me using... Oh, it did. Gay. I was hoping that wouldn't count as me using a bomb because the bomb tube activated a cutscene. Oh well, fair enough. Alright, grab these boxes, do not smash them. I think this is probably the first time throughout the entirety of the game you've been asked to use this old puzzle mechanic back from Ocarina of Time. But you will have to use it. If you don't realise you're going to have to, you're going to have to keep exiting this room to reset the boxes. It's incredibly annoying. Right, I'm going to need a set of arrows for this. Get rid of these off of bomb tubes. Right, where are you little fuckers? There's one. Nice. And a couple of you. Excellent. Takes care of those two. Now, Goron Mask to activate the large switch. Sorry about that, just trying to restrain a yawn. Feeling tired again for some reason. Strange, I felt great this morning. Made myself a caramelized onion, caramelized red onion, and cheese and tomato toasty. Had some pink grapefruit and orange juice mix with it. That was very nice. Had a couple of strawberries for afters. That was, yeah, I was feeling great, energetic. And then all that shit with Final Fantasy IX happened, and the editing and all the rest of it, and afterwards I felt, you know, more or less like going straight back to bed. But what can you do, eh? No, seriously, if anyone can tell me, that'd be right. But yes. Now, assuming I'm remembering correctly, this should be the courtyard that has the thing that's completely unmentioned. Yeah, you don't even get a little blink thing from Tal going on. Basically, you remember how we blew out the ceiling in Incan Castle? Well, we have to do that here as well. Except there's no clues, visual or otherwise, to suggest we're supposed to do that. Does this one explode as well? I can't remember. No. Ah, gives me all my supplies back then, that's good. Yeah, if the game hadn't slowed down there, we'd be able to get away. Oh well. We do what we can. Alright, that's where our mirror shield comes in useful. Why precisely it works here but not upstairs where there's plenty of sunlight, I'm not entirely certain. No. Because this is lava, we must change into our Goron form. Nope, doesn't do anything. I'm sure using the mirror shield could kill these things. Apparently not. Yes, in case some of you have guessed, these are basically the living statues from Ocarina of Time. The ones we found out in the Spirit Temple, was it? Yeah, Spirit Temple. Which I've always found slightly strange, considering the mark they have on their forehead is clearly the Goron sacred symbol. But whatever. And again, come on. Smack it, Link. There you go. Fucking irritating things. Take bloody ages to kill. Well, not ages, but you know, longer than they should, really. But yeah. Kill all of them. The ones that are actually alive anyway. I think these ones are still... Yeah, they're just statues. But the ones that aren't, be sure to kill those as quickly as possible. And I think... Is it a key item or a fairy they release when you kill them? I honestly can't remember. Oh, the other one wasn't following close enough. You can lead those two in the same general proximity. When the one blows up, you'll take the other one out with him. Apparently that didn't happen this time though, unfortunately. Get out of here pretty sharpish. That works nicely. Let's see, key item or regular item? Regular? Small key. Not bad, not bad. Not particularly good either, but not bad. I also think it's a bit of lazy coding as well. You saw there when you open the treasure chest, you can still see the lava flowing at its normal level. Then bother to activate some sort of, no-clip coding or whatever on the box to keep the lava from penetrating it like that. And the dungeon map as well. Excellent. Now, I was vaguely certain there was supposed to be a stray fairy in this room, but I cannot for the life of me figure out where it is. Oh well. Concerns for another time. I'm still gonna, either find and or annotate where all these damn things are. As much so as I can. I'll point out, where the ones that appear for the opposite of the mechanic appear, but, that sentence was far too wordy and complex. The point is, I'll show you the ones that appear that you can't get to right away, and I'll even point out when it becomes relevant how you can get them. It's strange really, When I first started this, I was convinced I wasn't going to bother with the fairies, or with, the full mask collection either. And yet somehow I've ended up doing both. I think the only recourse I've got so far is that I haven't bothered with heart pieces at all. Part of that's laziness, part of it's also a desire to make the game hard for myself. Because, if you play the game as often as I played this one as a kid, you really do need to add some extra challenge, or else there's no point. If I remember correctly, you can only get up onto this platform if you let the tentacle hand here grab you. So, with a complete lack of concern for our own safety, so thankfully it doesn't actually hurt you in the slightest, which is, good. Right. Small key. Now, so you can also do this by doing the Zora's Dolphin Leap thing. That will also get you onto this platform, but it's a son of a bitch to time. Seriously. Anything else in here? Don't think. Can I activate that switch from here? I cannot remember. Bombs. Good old area of effect damage. Useful for triggering switches like these. Is that going to be? Yes, nice one. I was hoping to lob it over the fence, but that'll do. And that's another stray fairy that I can't get to at the moment. When you eventually find the key item that allows you to move some blocks without using the mirror shield, you can come back and get that stray fairy. So I am sorry, but there is no way of doing it in concert, like I would normally do with the progression of the temple. So, as you know, when I went through the other temples, I've just collected fairies as I've gone. Can I? No, can't push that switch while I'm right side up. But, yeah. Unfortunately with the stone temple, that's just not possible. You're gonna have to backtrack. There is no way around it. I think, well actually no, maybe it'd be possible to collect them all in one go, as it were. Just one simple run. After you've collected all the temple's key items. Maybe. But I wouldn't put money on it, to be honest with you. I just prepare yourself for a lot of backtracking. What I can say is, it's worth it. The stuff you'll get, well, the thing, more accurately, you'll get as a reward for all the fairies in this case, is more than worth the hassle. Especially in the final boss fight. Because basically what I'm going to do anyway, I'm going to do a... what's the best way to put this? Again, you'll be able to get that later on, but not now. Anyway, as I was saying, the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to defeat the boss, the final boss, more accurately, of the game, the way you're supposed to do so, and then I'm going to defeat him in the incredibly cheap way that you can do so with the bonus item you acquire for having collected all of the masks in the game. Just so you get to see the differences in the boss fight and how difficult it's supposed to be versus how easy it becomes.